What's up guys, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I've posted it, I am either currently still on an airplane or I have arrived in Chicago for LPS MeetMe, which is tomorrow. So if you guys are going to be there, comment down below. I cannot wait to see you guys. I'm super excited for this event and I hope it's going to be really fun. Obviously though, I can't go to an LPS event without selling some LPS customs. So in today's video, I wanted to run through all of the customs that I will have for sale at LPS MeetMe. So I have about 40 customs to show you guys in today's video, but a decent chunk of them have already been shown in previous videos. So I'm going to try to speed through those as quickly as I can. As for the brand new customs that you guys have never seen, I have 27 brand new customs. None of them are like anything super crazy because I haven't had too much time this summer, which I'll explain as this video goes on, but I'm super excited to show all of these to you guys. And whether or not you're going to be attending this event, definitely sure to let me know down below in the comments which of the customs in today's video are your favorite. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Okay, so for the portion of the video where I'm going over customs you've already seen, I'm just going to be keeping them in their plastic bags for my sake. It makes it a lot easier. So these are some of my older customs that I've either had on my eBay or tried to sell at other events that I'm just going to be, again, trying to sell here. So these will all be mostly on the cheaper side. We have my Thanos custom from 2019. Then we have this guy. All the customs I'm showing you will eventually be put up on my eBay shop. So if you're not going, you will still have a chance to buy some of these guys. This one, however, will not be put back on my shop because he's technically part of my personal collection, but I'm also like fine with selling him. So I'm just bringing him just in case. He's from 2022. Same goes for this custom. This will not be put on eBay after the convention if he doesn't sell. This one is quite old. It is from 2018. Then we have my 3D printed LPS. This is actually from a video. This will be the cheapest one I'm selling. This is from 2023. And we have my shark monkey pirate thing, and he is from 2020. And I don't think this one will be up on my eBay shop either, because again, technically from my personal collection. Here's more customs in bags. These are all ones that didn't sell from my previous custom for sale videos. I know I haven't made one of those in a long time because I've been prepping for this event pretty much all summer, but I will get back on track with making those very soon. So a lot of the ones from this pile are just eye repaints. So we have Corgi here. This one, I'm surprised this one hasn't sold because I think she's really cute. Here's a wolf. This one I'm tempted to just end up recustomizing if it doesn't get sold, but we'll see. This one's very, very simple, so this one will probably be on the cheaper end as well. Also kind of surprised that this one hasn't sold. It's basically me taking a Blacklight LPS and un-blacklightifying it. And then there's also this otter. There's also this purple dog, another one that's fully repainted and not just an eye repaint. This one also has a little bit of sculpting here and there. And finally, this guinea pig, which is fully repainted. So now let's get on to the brand new customs. Alright, so first up we have this guy, and as I do in all my videos, I'll try my best to show them off in order of creation. This custom you have technically seen, but I haven't really discussed him in one of my sale videos yet. So this is a custom that I made for my mashup challenge, which is a new customizing challenge series that I'm starting on my channel, and this was from part 1. So he's basically a mashup of all of the G7 main 5 LPS. Even though he is quite simple, it'll make a lot more sense if you watch that video, so you can go check it out up here and it will give you a lot more context and information on this custom as well. But he is just a simple repaint of a fake Paw Up Collie base, and I think he's really cute. Then we have this little kitten. It is so tiny, so cute. This is made from a G7 kitten base, and it's my first time painting one of them. I love these bases so much, so I've been wanting to do a custom on one of them for a long time, and I finally got a double of this kitten, so I painted her with like this new brown pattern with some green eyes. Obviously, as I talk about my customs, sometimes I assign a gender to them, but if you buy it, you can gender it or name it however you want. There are absolutely no rules in that regard. Then we have this dachshund made from a fake base. This one has a bit of sculpting. I sculpted the hair and then the 2 piercings on this ear. It's a base that I had sculpted on quite a while ago and just hadn't painted yet, and I love this custom so much. I am low-key so obsessed with this color palette and just the way that this custom looks in general, along with the way that I painted the eyes. It's like a more elevated style of a normal LPS style eye, in the sense that it's not just a straight up circle. I gave it a cool wavy pattern, and I think it's a lot of fun. And you know, not saying that I want to keep this custom because I would rather sell it, but if I saw somebody selling this custom, low-key I would buy it. And I'm not just trying to say that to convince you to buy it. I just really like the way that it looks, and I think that the sculpting on the hair is really fun, and it feels simple but like complicated at the same time, but definitely a color palette that I want to use again in the future. Then we have this custom, which is actually another collab custom with Not Only Customs. So at LPS Con last year, she gave me 3 bases that were like unfinished but had sculpting on them, so I took them from her and made my own customs from them. So if you watch some of my other videos from this past year, you can see I made 2 out of the collie bases, and I had this cat base that I did not know what to do with, but I finally got around to painting it, and I think she's super cute. Her paint job is a little bit rough, I will be so honest, just because I didn't want to take off the paint that was underneath her, but it's not super noticeable. So she has this bow here that's sculpted, the hair is sculpted, the cheek fluff is sculpted, and the tail obviously has some sculpted parts, but the tail itself is actually a Cocker Spaniel ear. So all the sculpting was done by Nautilus, and then I painted painted it, and she just has this really pastel pink and green color palette, and I think that she just looks very sweet, and I'm super glad that I was finally able to do something with this base. Again, here you can see this is sort of what the texture of the paint looks like. It does feel smooth, but visually it appears rough, so I just want to make that clear to anybody who wants to buy her. She also does have some adorable green paw pads on the bottom. Okay, so the next customs I'm going to show you are actually spoilers for a future video that I meant to post before posting this, but I haven't gotten around to it yet, so consider this a sneak peek. But these are some partial repaints of the Blacklight LPS in a video that I'm titling Earning My Blacklight LPS Goth, or like giving them a goth makeover. And I also did tease this a little bit on my community tab if you guys check out what I posted there. But I'll start off with the bull because he's the one that I finished first. So if you're familiar with the Blacklight LPS, you can probably already tell what I've done to them, but basically all of the black detailing and their eyes are the things that I painted, and the neon colors are part of the original base. This was super fun because I love neon stuff, but neon paint is so hard to work with that it like almost makes it impossible to make neon customs, but now I finally can with these guys. So their eyes are very interesting. I've never really painted eyes like this before. I gave them sort of like an anime look, and I wanted to make sure that the styling of the eyes was consistent with each pet, even though again, kind of weird and different from what I normally do. And instead of like normal big eye shines, they all have glitter, which is a little bit holographic, which I think is pretty neat. But yeah, I made the bull first. It's probably my favorite because I just feel like I put the most thought into it. Next up is the rooster. This is actually the pet that's like the main focus of the video, which again, you'll see eventually. But I like how this one sort of has like a flame pattern going on, and I love the rooster LPS. Here's the toucan. This one got a little bit messed up, which is why it has so much black on its face, but I feel like I was able to correct it and make it work out. I'm not crazy about the toucan base, so I didn't really know what I was going to do with this, but I thought that it would be fun for this challenge as well. And then the Clydesdale horse, which is probably my second favorite because again, it's got that cool like flame detailing going on, and I really like the super vibrant pink that this one has for its base. And finally, the dolphin LPS, another base that like I wasn't really going to do anything with, and then I decided to do this, so it finally has a use for it. But yeah, if you guys are fans of the Blacklight LPS, these are definitely customs that you'll probably want to check out. I really like them, so at least I hope that you guys are excited for the future video that will feature all of these guys. Next up, we're getting into a few more of my like fully painted normal customs, although I'll probably be honest, most of what you'll see throughout this video are partial repaints, but we'll get there when we get there. So this is a custom on a G7 Kiwi base, and this is actually a remake of a custom that I made back in the day, which was this one on like the super fake Kiwi base. But yeah, I decided that I really like that custom and I wanted to kind of revisit it with the skills that I have now and the new materials that I have, and I think it turned out really cute. The design is not 100% exactly the same. I decided to add a couple more little fun things like these sort of teardrop shapes under the eyes and as little eyebrows to kind of resemble like kiwi seeds, and I gave it some freckles too, which I think are really cute. But yeah, I really love this one, and it was like a fun chance to revisit something that I've made before and also make it different and better, and I would definitely love to paint more of the kiwi bases in the future because they are so adorable. And then we have this cat, another base that I had randomly sculpted on and left in my bases bin for such a long time, but I finally decided to do something with it. As you've probably noticed, whenever I get new paint, I like to make a lot of customs that feature that color of paint, and all of these like teal and blue colors are new paints that I've gotten recently. But yeah, I thought that this would be fun. It's sort of like an ice dragon is what I'm calling this, but it's a cat obviously. This is made from a G4 cat base, and I sculpted the horns and the spikes done with epoxy sculpt clay, and I like the eyes on this one too. I think the colors are really pretty, and it just has like sort of a cat and dragon feel to them. Here's another eye repaint, this time on one of the newest LPS for Wave 4 that I haven't actually talked about in a video, but it is one of the pets that comes in the pet pair sets of the crouching cat, and she already has a goth vibe going on with her, so I decided to enhance that by giving her these new eyes that I think look so cool. I painted little skulls in them as well. I love these eyes so much. Another like eye style that I've never done, but it gives her that really cool gothic vampiric look. So the only things that I painted on her were the eyes, these two little dots as eyebrows, the dot on her chin, the dots in her ears which kind of look like piercings, the dots on her claws, and the tip of her tail painted black. Then we have this one, another random sculpted base that has been sitting in my bases bin for like years, and I finally decided to paint it. So it is a head swap of a fake short hair cat head on a G7 Himalayan cat body. I sculpted the little antenna, the third eye, and then this sort of line that goes on the front and the back to separate the two halves. So this is like a little alien custom, and I really love her. She's probably one of my favorite ones that I'm actually featuring in this video today. I think that she just has like this really cool design and color palette, and for the longest time I didn't know what to do with this base, but then I thought of the idea to like make half of it sort of like this celestial like star pattern. It's very metallic, very holographic, realistic, and then the rest is like how she would normally look. So maybe like her skin is peeling off and revealing this celestial stuff. I don't know, that's kind of morbid, but I think that she's cool. So that's why I made this eye also like mirrored to the other ones. These stars in her ears that are sort of like piercings also do glow in the dark, which is pretty cool. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite customs in today's video. Then we have this cow. It's another Wave 4 G7 cow that I did an eye repaint on, and this is like the newest eye style that I've been experimenting with because I did it for a recent commission that I designed for somebody, and I had so much fun painting this eye style, and I thought it looked so cute that I wanted to do a couple more eye repaints with it. And the cows have like such big eyes that I thought it would be a really good base to do it on because I have so much real estate to work with here. And again, you can see the new teal colors that I'm really obsessed with. But yeah, these eyes are super detailed. So even though the only things that I painted on this cow are the eyes and the little painted piercings in her ears, I wanted to make sure that they were really like as detailed as I could possibly make them. But yeah, I think that the colors of them also really complement the colors of this base. And another pet that I haven't actually reviewed in a video yet, but hopefully we'll get to those very soon. This is an LPS from the Blind Box series, by the way. Here's another partial repaint with the same style, but the eyes are a little bit smaller, and this time they are green. This is another partial custom of a Wave 4 pet from the Blind Boxes for G7. So I painted everything aside from the gray, which is her base color, so all the orange and the white and the eyes are what I added. I'm not crazy about the way that these colors look together, but I do still think that she is cute, and in a way she could sort of be like a matching pair with this cat that I showed you guys earlier. I think that they both look kind of funny together, so low-key, maybe you should buy both of them. Then we have another custom with sculpted parts that was sitting in my bases bin forever, and I finally decided to paint it. So as you can see, the moral of today's video is procrastination and not enough time to make new things. But I really love the way that this custom turned out. I posted some photos of this one on my Instagram recently just because I thought it was cute. So I wanted to do a photo shoot with it, but it has a fully sculpted head of hair and the sculpted eyebrows. It is made from a G7 German Shepherd. I believe this is a KX base, and the eyes are so fun. They're super detailed, slightly different than the detailed style that I showed on the previous two customs, but similar and with just like a little bit more. And then it's got all of these holographic star glitters on the hair, which I love the way that they reflect different colors in the lighting. So cool. And I love the blue paws on this one as well. Definitely another one of my favorites. This guy may look like a full custom, but he is another partial repaint, although everything on this one is painted aside from the light brown base color, as you can see here. So this was customized off of the Five Below bowl, and my design choice with this one was basically to make a custom that looked like a combination of that one and then the Series 1 bowl from the Blind Boxes or the original bowl from G2. And I think I definitely accomplished that. He looks so cute. I absolutely love the way that this one turned out. Honestly, even though the eyes are fully repainted, they're basically the same eyes that this original LPS already had, but he's so cute. Another one of my favorites, even though he is quite simple. So we're about halfway through the new customs, maybe even more than halfway, and yeah, this is another partial repaint, and a lot of the other ones that you'll see to finish off the video are more partial repaints. This is another experiment with the super detailed fancy eyes. I think she's so cute, and it's another G7 LPS. This is the ant. I really like this ant. I think that the details that I added to her definitely elevated her. So like all the dark teal areas, like her ant butt, her back feet, and all the flowers and the tips of her antennas, and obviously the eyes are the things that I painted here. The reason why there are so many partial customs in today's video is because honestly, I didn't know that I was going to be going to LPS MeetMe until like a few months ago, so I didn't have too much time to prepare. And over this summer, I have moved and I've been focusing on a lot of commissions to help me like pay for rent and stuff. But I'm still pretty happy with the amount of customs I was able to produce for this, even though again, a lot of them are quite simple paint jobs. This one is by far the most simple and will probably be very cheap because I don't really know who wants to buy this one, but it's a partial of the seagull. So there's some little like white details on the white base. Those are obviously painted, but the only thing that I really painted here was the eyes, and they're not even super detailed to begin with, but they do have some glitter, which makes them at least a little bit more interesting than normal. Then we have this Pomeranian. I've been wanting to do a partial custom of this Pomeranian for a really long time because I think she is super cute, and I finally got a double of her. So I painted the pink inside the ears, these highlights on her hair, and the highlights on her chest, along with the eyebrows, the nose, and little paws, and then obviously the eyes. Again, it's that pretty detailed style, but a little bit toned back and a little bit different, again, just to experiment. I didn't know if I wanted to give her brown eyes like the original pet has or give her blue eyes, so as you can see, I obviously gave her both. Then we have this collie. This is essentially my take on the G7 collie, and again, it's one of those partial repaint customs that is pretty much fully repainted. The only thing that I did not paint, of course, is this lighter orange color, but everything else I did paint, but it is sort of still me working off the original design that she did have. I really like this one's eyes as well. Again, it's the LPS style, but slightly elevated because it's got that wavy feel to them. I think that the green also really complements the red here, and I also really love this one. Then we got another cow. The previous collie that I just showed you was part of a pet pair from Wave 3 that came with this cow, so as you can see, I partially customized both of them. But yeah, we got those fancy eyes again, a little less fancy, but she does have fancy eyelashes. All the pink and white are the details that this LPS already had. All of the orange is the stuff that I added. Pretty simple, pretty cute. I like the little swirly designs that I added in her hair, and obviously I had a lot of fun painting these big eyes. We're now getting down to the last 4. This is the last partial custom. The final 3 are fully painted customs, but guys, I'm obsessed with this custom, and low-key, if it doesn't sell, I'll probably keep it, but you guys should still buy it. Don't let me keep these things, let me sell them. But anyways, this is made from a glow-in-the-dark fake LPS base that I randomly acquired from one of those people that like sell the lots of fake LPS bases for customs and stuff like that. So this is one that I like didn't order, but it came in the lot that I ordered one time. Here is a photo of it glowing in the dark. The photo does not do it justice. This is legitimately like one of the brightest glowing toys that I've ever had, and I have had a lot of glow-in-the-dark things. The things that I painted are all of the green detailing, and then of course the eyes, the nose, and the tongue. I did end up sculpting on this one, so it has the 2 sculpted antennas, the little collar with the alien head in case you couldn't tell that this was an alien, and this little ball on the tail. But yeah, so it's my alien dachshund, and I love the way that I painted this one's eyes because I think they're really fun, but also like the very almond shape that dachshund eyes have, along with the way that I painted them, really helps give that alien feel. And I didn't really expect to like this custom as much as I do, but I love her, and honestly that should not be a surprise. Here's another custom on a G7 base. This is on the French Bulldog base, which is my first time fully customizing one of them. I did end up using a head for a head swap with the commission one time, but I honestly love these guys, so I'm really glad that I was able to finally fully paint him. Again, another circumstance where I didn't know if I wanted to give him brown eyes or blue eyes, so I gave him both. And for whatever reason, whether it's the color palette or just the way that this LPS looks in general, he's giving me serious bad vibes, and that just makes me wish that we had a bat for G7 because that would be so awesome. But yeah, I think he's pretty cute. I like all of his colors, and definitely will be customizing more of these guys in the future. This custom was done on a King Charles Spaniel G7 base, and this one finally has some more sculpting again. So I sculpted the hair, the cheek fluff, the tongue, and the little stubby tail. And wouldn't you believe it, this was another one that I had sitting in my bases bucket forever, and finally just now got around to fully customizing it. But she's giving me like serious Disney vibes. I think it's because of like the eyeliner that I gave her. It reminds me of Bambi, but I think she's really cute, and I really love the way that her green eyes look. And here is the final custom for today's video. It is one of my pride pandas. Guys, it has been a hot minute since I've made a custom of one of these. Unfortunately, I only had time to make one of them, so I decided to make the trans one because I figured there's bound to be somebody at this event who would want to buy one of these guys. But I think it's super cute, and it was fun to get back into painting them. This is made from a G7 panda base, so my first time using a G7 panda base for one of these guys, and hopefully next year I'll be able to make a lot more of them for June, because when I originally made them like years ago, I kind of wanted to be consistent and make a set for sale every single year, but obviously I've not been able to do that, so hopefully I will be able to now. But I think he's really cute. I love him a lot. This is technically like my trans man design, but if you're a trans woman as well, you can absolutely buy this custom and decide that it is a trans woman character. It's 100% up to you. And that is it for today's video. Like I said, I hope all of you enjoyed whether or not you're going to this event, and for those of you who are going, I'm super excited to see you tomorrow, and I hope you will stop by and say hi, take a look at what I have to sell, whether or not you're actually gonna buy anything. I will also be selling my keychains, pins, and stickers, so at least that's like a cheaper option for things that people can pick up from me. And again, for the people who are not going but are still interested in buying one of these customs, in a couple weeks they will all be put on my eBay shop, link down below in the description, and you can also find my keychains, pins, and stickers on my Etsy shop already right now that you can go purchase as well. And again, let me know which of these customs was your favorite, and I will see you all very soon with another video. Bye!